Fermentation of biomass. Fermentation is ancient. It's older than plant life and even predates Earth's oxygen atmosphere. But how does it work? Bacteria and eukaryotic cells, which are all plants, animals, and fungi, use sugars like glucose to produce energy. And more scientifically, in the case of ethanol fermentation, one glucose, the sugar, yields two ethanol molecules, which will be used as fuel, and two carbon dioxide molecules. This is a waste the cell must get rid of. Another example of fermentation is lactic fermentation. You would recognize it as the burn your muscles get in endurance exercise, like running. This, like most cases of fermentation, occurs when the cell is not receiving enough oxygen to perform normal cellular respiration. However, we'll focus on ethanol fermentation. The chemical engineering industry loves ethanol fermentation, in part because it can produce many things. Your bread, all kinds of alcohol, and even the fuel blends used to try and make your car run cleaner. Let's take a look at ethanol fermentation process, bioethanol production. First, the corn must be prepared for fermentation. This means grinding the corn, cooking it to become a viscous liquid. Then this must be thinned out. Typically, this is done by enzymes. Next, this thinned liquid goes through a process called saccharification, which breaks down the complex carbohydrates and sugars in corn into monosaccharides like glucose. This liquid is now ready for fermentation. Fermentation is the key step in bioethanol production. It makes the key ingredient ethanol. In fermentation, this liquid is combined with yeast, which will ferment the mixture. The final major step is distillation. This purifies the ethanol, which will remove things that would make it taste good. Though bioethanol is not without fault, when first brought up, many saw it as a new fuel source. It could run cleaner and was renewable. However, this turned out to be a naive viewpoint. Today we understand bioethanol directly competes with land for food production in ways that some see as a sign of failure in our agricultural system. The Scientific American found 40% of America's corn goes into bioethanol production. This is shocking when compared to the measly 1% they found goes into human consumption. Perhaps there will be new sources, or maybe it's a dead end.